Hello friends, welcome again back to another beautiful tutorial. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all generally fine. Today I would like to take you through on how to make this quick and easy sleeveless cowl neck top. Like in 7 minutes you're done with the making of this one, and I love it because of course it's a very comfortable outfit. Without wasting much time, let's do this. So we are going to work with the pattern paper, and so I like to just go ahead now and draft my basic bodies. Okay, super easy. So I'll first of all take my vertical lines. I'm just working with the chest line. Then I have the bust point. I marked that at 10.5. The chest line was at 9. The waistline of course at 17. Then the full length of the top, which can actually, it depends on what you want. Okay, yeah, so what I have here is about 24. If you want to extend it when you are placing it on your fabric, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, it totally depends on what you want. So the next thing I'm doing here now is just to mark my slope using my 3 by 8 inches mark. I marked my 8 inches, came down by 1 inch for the slope, and I have my 3 inches there to connect it to my slope. Now the shoulder width of course is 16 divided by 2, that's 8. So I'm extending it all the way to that chest line. All right, so from that slope to the chest line, I just got the middle, that's the midpoint of whatever it is I measured there, and you go ahead and create your front armhole. Now front armhole, and afterwards you can also from that same midpoint you can also create your back armhole. So what I'm fixing now is the bust circumference. The bust circumference I'm working with is 38 divided by 4, and that's 9.5, and I added extra about 3 inches allowance there. Then on the waistline, the same thing, 36 divided by 4, added the extra allowance. And on the hip line there, about 44 divided by 4, that's 11, and also added the extra allowance as well, because I usually like mine to be free. So it totally depends on what you want. If you don't want it off, you can just 2 inches is also okay for your allowance. Now I'm going ahead to mark the neck measurement, the neck width of 3 and the neck depth of 3. Now this one is for the back neckline. Of course the front is where we have the cowl neck effect, right? So just going ahead to cut out. So this is just the basic bodies, which I believe most of us were usually familiar with this one, right? Yes, so this is what we have now. So I'll go ahead now and place this on my fabric to cut for the back piece. Now this is what I have. Okay, just place it on your fabric and go ahead and cut. Like I said, if you want to extend the length at this point, you can go ahead and do that, which is what I did. I just extended the length a little bit down there, and I went ahead to cut this out. You can see, just cut through the entire piece, and that's just it for the back piece right here. You can see this. Now we're going to take this up now so that we can now create the cowl neck effect. So now on my the bust point there at 10.5, what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and slit it at that line there. I'm going to slit it such a way that I will leave just a tiny bit at the edge. I will not slit everything entirely, just leave a little bit so that you can actually have space to expand it easily. So you can see what I did here. So this is what's going to give us the cowl effect. Then I'll go ahead now and place it on my fabric. Now when I place it on my fabric, all I need to do is just to hold down my paper on my fabric. Then you go ahead and adjust it. Just open it. The more you open it widely, that's the more cowl effect you're going to have. Okay, so it totally depends on what you want. So I just went ahead to pin it down. You can see what we have here. So the angle I have here was enough for me for my cowl effect. Then from that shoulder, I'll just extend it just like you see me doing. I'll extend this at that point to my own fold. You can see, and that's it, guys. So go ahead and trace the side, and we're done. We're done here. So going ahead now to cut this entire piece out. So this is what our front piece look like. You can see this, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to like, share. I will really appreciate this. Okay, yes. So on that neck width there, you can see what I did now is to give it a notch there. Okay, because the neck, of course it doesn't have any depth, so you just have to notch it to be able to identify it. Okay, so that when you're joining to the back piece, it will be easy. So that's it, guys. So what I'm going to do now, because my front piece was actually shorter in length to my back piece, so I just added some extra inches to the lower part there. Okay, so this is just me trying to manage the fabric that I have. Okay, yes, so I just went to extend the length, of course putting my back piece on top of it to get the exact length that I wanted. Now the next thing I did, of course, was to go ahead and pin it down. Then I'll go ahead and run the stitch, and after that I'll have my desired length. Now the next thing I did now was to go ahead and fix facing. I'll fix facing for the back and also what for the front. So for my facing, this for the front piece. Okay, so you're going to place your facing for this front. It has to extend to the bust, point there. It really has to come down. Okay, but if it's for the back facing, it doesn't really have to get that length. Just a length of about 3 inches is okay. It's only because this one is the cowl effect, so that when it flows down, you don't have your facing protruding out. Okay, so I'll go ahead and turn all my facing right now. Then when I was done turning my facing, this is what I have. You can see this is for the back piece. You can see how this looks for the back piece. Now I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the front as well. When I was done, this is what I have as well. You can see this. I've gone ahead to sew it up. So it's that simple, guys. So what I will do now is to go ahead now and join it. Now join the side. I place it right side to right side, front to back. Then I'll join the shoulders. Okay, yes, I used my pin to hold it firmly. So I join my shoulder at this point. You can see this. I'm using my pin to hold it down. Then I'll do the same thing for the other side. You can see this. So once I'm done joining my shoulder, the next thing I will do now is to go ahead and clean up the armhole. So I can use a bias tape to do that for my armhole on both sides. So after that, then I can just go ahead now, and sew the side. Just sew the both sides. Take the measurements and sew the side. Then finally hem the lower, and that will be it, guys. This is simple. Like in 7 minutes you're done with this one. And that is it, guys, on how to make this very beautiful cowl neck top. Thank you guys so much. Hope you find this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share with friends, share with your sewing communities. I really appreciate this a lot. So see you on the next one, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.